Hey guys, I'm the Burke and I do things. And in today's video, I have a requested video to go through with you guys. So last week, I want to say it was last week, I posted a video where I reviewed all of my best makeup of 2018 and we kind of talked about what are still favorites, what have been replaced, what has been decluttered, what has been used up. So I had mentioned in that video that I did not include anything in that video that I received in Ipsy bags or in Boxycharm boxes that year because I had made separate videos on both the subscription services. And I'd asked you guys if you had wanted to see what I had kind of in my best of Ipsy and Boxycharm here with me still that have remained favorites to this day. There definitely is a theme with this video. You might catch on pretty quickly, but I have a lot of the stuff here to talk to you guys about some of my favorite products from 2018 Ipsy and Boxycharms. So if that's something you guys are interested in seeing, then keep on watching. Let's go. Okay, so we are going to be starting with Ipsy bags. And I'm pretty sure the way I had these ordered was just how I had received them throughout that year specifically. So for context, in 2018 for Ipsy, I had the original, like the regular, at that point, $10 glam bag from January through September. And in October is when they introduced the Ipsy Glam Bag Plus. So from October through December, I did have the Plus subscription. Keep that in mind when we're going through all this. So the first product that I received in 2018 that I loved, and I've actually used up multiple of these, and it is the Alterna Caviar CC Cream Leave-In Treatment. This is one of my all-time favorite leave-in treatments. Like, it is great. My hair feels amazing every time I use this product. I feel like I saw that it was going to be available for a Black Friday sale this year, and I have highly contemplated that. I'm between that one or the It's a 10. I saw both of them are available as Black Friday deals this year, so I'm trying to decide which one I want. But I still love this hair product. I still recommend it to this day. It's a great leave-in treatment. The next product was a brush, and this is from SL Miss Glam, and this is their SL41 brush. This is a brush I use for blush. It's like one of my tinier blush brushes, but it really works well. The SL Miss Glam blush brushes in general are always like super beautiful. You will see more than just this one in this video, but I really do like this and still use it to this day. Next I have a single eyeshadow, which shows you where we were in my collection because I don't think this would have made it into a favorite today. But this is the Luna by Luna eyeshadow in the shade, I believe it's called Pumpkin Spice. And it's a very pretty metallic kind of pumpkin spicy color. I had this in my Shop My Stash, I want to say in like September, to get me on the fall spirit. I do like this shadow. It's really nice quality. I have tried to depot it out of here to put in my singles magnetic pan, but couldn't figure out how to do it. So it still remains in here. So it doesn't get a lot of love, but I definitely still enjoy it. Next product is a brush. This one is from Luxy, and this is their 245 small shader brush. This is a really, really nice small shader brush. Like, I don't even know what else to say. It is small enough that it can really pack in right here. It's also nice for cut creases. It's been quite a hot minute since I've done a cut crease, but it's a really good size to apply concealer to your lid, even a glitter glue. I really like this. I actually have another one of these now that I've gotten in a different set, but yeah, I still use this all the time. Next is a blush duo, and this is from Pacifica, and this is called their Coconut Blush Duo. And I actually am wearing this shade over here today as my bronzer. So I typically would use this as a bronzer and a blush. I think it's a really nice product. I have no complaints about it. I think it's a really nice product in general. And there aren't a lot of makeup products specifically I love from Pacifica, but I think these powder products do perform really well, so I still like them. And something cool about this little compact is it has a mirror on the back. The next was a lip balm, and that is from Dr. Lip, and this is their original nipple balm. So this is actually I think this is a half size of this product. So I got the full size in an Ipsy Glam bag, and I wound up getting this last year, I think, in a Birchbox. This is not the full size. So I had gotten the full size in Ipsy, and I fully used it up. I really like it. It's a really thick lip balm, and actually making this video right now made me think that this is what I'm gonna probably pack in my hospital bag for my lips at the hospital. So this one is gonna go into a different bag and not go back where it was. Next, I had received a body cream from Hempz. It was their blue formula. I don't have that one, but for size comparison, it was the same size as this one that I've currently been using. I bought this one a month ago, maybe a little bit less, and I'm almost completely out of it. I really like Hemp's body lotions. They are very, very good quality. This one I have right now is called the Pumpkin Spice and Vanilla Chai. It smells delicious. It really does. This was my first time trying Hemp's. I really like the brand. I think they make really great lotions. They feel great. The blue one was really, really nice. I'd totally get that one again. I just actually haven't, but I would. I really like it. And you can always find Hemp's at like TJ Maxx for a lot cheaper than other places. The next is a product I no longer have. This was the Smashbox Always On Liquid Lipstick in the shade Babe Alert. So in my last video about my favorites from 2018, we talked about this, but the Smashbox Always On Liquid Lipsticks are a great formula, but they go bad so quickly, and it's not like they get like smelly or weird. They just completely dry up. So 2 years ago, I really loved the formula. Today, I would say I would never spend money on this formula, but I did like that shade. It was a nice product. It just completely dried up and is useless. Something that you can do with Ipsy is you can review your products and your glam bags every month. If people use your referral links to sign up, you get points. So I actually did have a point redemption as a favorite, and it was an eyeshadow brush. Another brush from SL Miss Glam, and this is their L50 brush. So again, these brushes are always so beautiful, but yeah, this is a really nice crease brush. Again, I still use it to this day. In case you haven't noticed, brushes are what I really love when it comes to subscription services. Now I think we are getting into the Glam Bag Plus because I had a brush set from SL Miss Glam. This is a trio of brushes which look like this, and they do have the little jewels on this side. I will say out of these three shapes, I use this one the most frequently. It's a really nice, small detailed shader brush. But again, the SL Miss Glam brushes are really, really good quality, and I like them and still use them to this day. Something that is in this month's Shop My Stash was in my favorites, and that is the Tarte Double Duty Beauty Make Every Moment Count blush palette. This is a blush palette that has 3 Tarte blushes in it. I have mentioned many times that Tarte blushes are some of my favorite blushes, and they smell delicious, but I still love this. I still use this. Like I said, it's in my Shop My Stash this month, so I've been using it a lot this past month, and it's still awesome. Okay, I had one last favorite from Ipsy this year, and it was a brush set. I know you're surprised, and it was this trio of brushes from Farrah. So these are all very well used still. This one is probably my favorite from the set. I use this all the time for bronzer. I use this smaller one all the time for blush. And this more duo fiber one actually is one of the products I use for self-tanning. I find that this duo fiber does a really good job helping me get like the little nooks and crannies, one second, between my fingers and toes. So I really do utilize this brush set as well all the time. Okay, now we can get into Boxycharm. So Boxycharm, I think I started in, I want to say March of 2018. So these favorites are from March through the end of the year in 2018. And the first favorite I no longer have. This was a mask. This is from Dr. Brandt, and this is the Pores No More Vacuum Cleaner Mask. I actually really liked that mask for a couple reasons. It was very cooling when I would wear it. It was fast, so you didn't have to leave it on long, and it was easy to remove. Like, all I needed to do was basically wet my face and it like came right off. It was not messy. That's one of my biggest issues with masks, is how difficult they can be to remove. So I actually really, really liked this mask. Next is an eyeshadow palette that I have since decluttered, and this was the Colourpop Element of Surprise palette. Now at this time, this was only the second Colourpop palette I'd ever received, and I was super excited, but in the long run, I wasn't crazy about the colors. Like, the colors when you put them on your eyes didn't really look like what they looked like in the pans. So I wound up passing that along to a friend, but that one was exciting at the time, but now I have Colourpop palettes I like much more. The next thing, I cannot believe this was a favorite. This was a powder brush from Aesthetica. This is maybe one of the worst holding up brushes I have in my collection anymore. First of all, like, look at how, like, it just, like, the actual bristles have not enjoyed the years of washing. The actual, like, ferrule, it's always wobbly. Like, I'm always convinced it's gonna just fall off one day. So this has not remained a favorite. This is like on its last legs. I'm just literally waiting for the day for this to just fall apart, because that's basically what it feels like. Next is the highlighter I'm wearing today, and that is from the Pur Sculptor palette. Now, this is not the palette made for my skin tone specifically. These are very, very dark bronzers, but I have always been so obsessed with this highlighter in the corner because because it just looks so beautiful. So I still think it's beautiful. I still have this palette because of that highlighter. I just love the highlighter so much. I've never been able to get rid of it. The next is an eyeshadow palette, and that is the Alamar Cosmetics Volume 1 palette. And I actually recently reviewed the new Spanglish palette from Alamar, and I said it wasn't everything that I love about this palette. So this is still a love. These shades up top, they're just beautiful. This is like my favorite kind of like color story for the summertime. I mean, I don't necessarily reach into the blue row quite as often, but I really love this palette. I think it's a great quality palette. It's one of my favorite palettes I've gotten from Boxycharm. Still like it to this day. Next was this set of brushes from Luxy. We do have one dirty. I did just literally wash all my brushes and I was like, keep them clean for this video, and then I went and used one by accident. But this is a 3-pack from Luxy. We have a highlighting brush. This is called the powder foundation brush, but I use it for setting under my eyes. And then I also have a duo fiber brush, which sometimes I'll use on my cheeks. So good. Such great brushes, seriously. This was the year I first ever sampled the Boom Boom Cream. I'm pretty sure we got one of these little tiny sizes in the Boxycharm box that month, and I've since gone on to go through so many tubs of this stuff. I have a bunch of these small ones as backups. I think I had a full size empty in my October empties, so I love the Boom Boom Cream. I'm wearing the Boom Boom fragrance today. Like, I'm always all boom boomed out. I have the Boom Boom shower gel, getting ready to go in my hospital bag. Like, I cannot talk about Boom Boom enough. I'm sure you'll be shocked to see another brush set, but that is this set of brushes that we got from Alamar Cosmetics. These are really great brushes. I will say out of the 3, I use the fluffy one the most often, but these are great brushes. I just really like receiving brushes, in case it isn't clear. Next is the blush I'm wearing today, and that is from Laura Geller, and this is their Baked Blush and Brighten in the shade Tropic Hues. I feel like this blush specifically is such a nice color for this time of year. I really like this formula. I would totally get more Laura Geller blushes. I really like the way it looks. I like the way it sits on the skin. I just haven't yet, but I really still like this blush. We got a set of Luxy brushes that I really enjoyed, and it's this gold set. And I will say that these are probably some of the more unique shapes in my collection. I don't really have a lot of brushes that are similar to these brushes. They wash well, they hold up well. Luxy in general has really good brushes. I still use them all the time. I don't know what else to say, but I really like my Luxy brushes. Now I think these last 2 items came in a Boxy Luxe because at the end of the year in December, I signed up for Boxy Luxe. It was my first time getting one. So the first thing was a giant Luxy brush set. Now, I don't think this was the whole set. It was like a giant box of these pink handled Luxy brushes. I don't know which ones were all in it, but I know it was a giant bundle of brushes. I really like Luxy brushes, as it's been made very clear in this video. So I still use these. I still love these. It was a very good addition to that box. Okay, there is one last product for this video, and it is the eyeshadow I am wearing on my eyes today. It is the Violet Voss HG palette. I talked about this in my favorite neutral palettes video. I feel like I don't necessarily use this a lot on my channel, so it was nice to be able to have a reason to wear it. And so today I used the shades Thanks a Latte Transition, Wine and Dine, Teddy Bear, Ploof, and Crystal. So I basically used these 4, and then these 2 darker mattes on the bottom. It's a really easy formula to work with. It's a really nice palette for someone who maybe doesn't have a lot of neutrals, is usually how I market this. If you don't have a lot of more like warm tone neutrals and you are looking for a staple palette, I feel like this is a really good option. It's still held true to me for now 2 years, so I still recommend this. And there you have it. That was the best of Ipsy and Boxycharm from 2018. I feel like, considering how long it's been, I still have a lot of the products and I still like most of the products. I mean, the only thing that really doesn't really jive with me anymore is that Smashbox lipstick, but that's because the formula went bad so quick. But other than that, definitely let me know if you guys received any of these products in your subscription boxes a couple years ago, and if you still are loving them. And get ready for some form of Vlogmas coming next week. I am going to try my hardest to post as often as possible. We'll see how that goes. It's not going to be my normal Vlogmas. It's going to be more of a year-end wrap-up type of videos that I typically would have posted in January, but I can't do that this year. So I'm trying to post a bunch of my year-long roundup videos. So let me know any of those that you'd like to see in the comments. I have like a whole list go in for them. And I think what we're going to do is post one big weekly vlog. I know I said I wasn't buying any advent calendars, but I think Scott's making an advent calendar for me this year, so we'll still have one of those to open every day. So yeah, that is it for this video. As usual, thanks for stopping by my channel. If you're new here, click the subscribe button and ring that bell for notifications. I have my Twitter and my Instagram down below. Give them a follow, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys!